Welcome to Humble Narcissist Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen.
I'm Dillon.
And normally I was going to try to start the whole skipping out where we're like, what have you been up to?
Because we're losers.
Yes, we don't usually do anything. We actually do have an interesting story to tell.
Yeah, I read a book.
Dillon read a book. And I would like to start this tale off from the beginning.
Oh, Jesus.
There was somebody I worked with 2 years ago, and I would like to stress, 2 years ago.
You didn't say once upon a time. It's
Once
story
upon a time, there was the Penguin from Batman, who I used to work with.
Yes.
We worked together for quite some time. And this individual started to not really be up to par. So
you took their job.
So I took their job. At least that is how they see it. I, on the other hand, saw it as I stuck around to help the company out as they transitioned. And that particular individual has blamed me and a friend of mine for all the problems in their lives for a while. So this individual, it's again been 2 years that this has happened. I apologize for the neighbor's dog outside barking because they like to leave their dogs out all night. So we're going to continue and digress. So this might not be the best sound episode. But anyway, this is my story of how we got hate crimed on January 17th.
Yeah.
At around 6 p.m. So it was a wonderful, cold, wintry night with the snow going on. And
It looked like a snow globe.
it really did. It looked really pretty. And Dillon came over because we were going to dinner. And then, I don't know,
Traumatizing things usually look pretty.
That's true. So we sit there and we walk in. And who do I see? My old coworker sitting there, and my husband, who wanted to be polite, said, "Hey, I see that the Penguin is sitting over there, and I know that you might not feel comfortable. Should we go somewhere else?" And me thinking, it has been 2 years, Dillon. So, of course, we can sit there, have dinner, and be civilized and
Because
go
who would
about
have
our
thought
day.
that you would
Right.
sit next to him?
So then, as Dillon said, we go to sit down. They sat us right next to them. Like, I was about as close to my old coworker's friend as Dillon is sitting right now. That is how close the tables were. So I decided I would be very mindful, and for once in my life, because I am a very petty person,
You are. I know.
am loud and outspoken, I decided, you know what? I'm not going to acknowledge them. We're just going to eat our food and go about our day. So that's what we did. In fact, we talked about Drag Race, traders.
Yeah. The usual fun stuff.
Right. TV shows
Video games.
Yeah, what boring nerds like he and I do, just like the shit that we talk about on the podcast. So we were sitting there, and we even talked about how my husband thinks that he's going to need a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah.
So we were discussing all these fun little things. We ate our food. That dog is really going at it.
Hopefully they're having fun.
Okay, so I'm gonna divert for a second. So we have been sitting there. I'm gonna divert and talk about this. My neighbors leave their dog out until like midnight. Yeah.
That's sad.
And it's snowing and it's really cold. And I'm just going to throw this out there. They are terrible dog owners. That drives me nuts. You know that I have cattle, 2 big dogs.
Yeah,
And they love the
big
cold.
bitches.
They big bitches. And one of them is 11 and losing some of his hair. Do I leave him outside knowing that he's technically supposedly built for it? No. I bring him in after like 5 minutes.
But he loves it outside.
He loves it outside, but he can't handle it anymore, and I don't want my sweet babies to freeze. I don't like people, but I sure do love animals.
I know this.
So my heart breaks for my neighbor's dog that's just left outside for hours. That's sad, especially when we are now in negative degree weather. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure that it's a pit bull, so it has like small hair.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it makes it worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's sad.
Terrible people. Anyway, back to the story. So we eat, we're getting ready to leave. I even got dessert that I wanted to try, their fried ice cream, which is really neat because usually they like put it in cornflakes and stuff, but this place they put it in like a
wonton
donut
wrapper?
It was more like it tasted like a donut.
Yeah.
Is that what a wonton wrapper kind of tastes like?
It's like crab rangoon wrappers.
Oh, well, I'm not really diverse with all of everything when it comes to that. I've never tried their fried ice cream.
I love Chinese food.
That's true. I do too, depending on where I'm at. But anyways, so the meal comes to an end and we get up to leave and I go outside and there's this person following us outside and I think it's just some random person, like a stranger. Mm-hmm. So I hold the door open for them, as you do, to be courteous.
Yeah.
And they proceed to ask me what the hell I said, or start accusing me of talking shit about my previous coworker at the dinner table. And Dylan was sitting there. Did she come up at all in our discussions?
No.
Exactly.
And I was trying to be nice because I had all of these jokes in my head.
Walked in the chamber ready to go?
Yes.
Because we could have made fun of her. We could have done a lot. For example, last time I saw her, she still had hair at top.
Right. Well, every time I see them, they were always on their knees for a claw machine.
True. Every single time. What were you saying? You thought that we weren't what?
I thought we were trying to be non-descriptive, so I was trying to say they and them instead of she.
Oh, I don't care. I'll say she. I mean,
her.
We can't sing the song, Dylan. They'll try to sue us.
We do not own the rights. Thank you, Beyonce.
Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion. Thank you for such a wonderful hit. I know every word to that song. And it doesn't look great when I'm singing it because I'm a nerdy white boy singing Her by Megan Thee Stallion.
It's okay, you a faggot.
That's true. That is true. So, I digress. We go outside and this guy starts raging at us, raging at me, let's be honest, trying to accuse me of talking shit about this individual when I did not. The one time in my life
that
I
didn't actually talk shit.
Yes.
I know. That's always when we get blamed, is the one time that's what happens.
Out of all the times in my life when I have sat there and I talk so much shit about people, and it's my favorite pastime, I was being conscious enough not to do it.
Karma finally came back to you from
years and years of just shit talking people.
Earth, space science. No, it was...
It was biology too.
Yes.
Oh, get over it,
Karma
Dylan.
was a bitch for you.
And biology too, I sat there and I was the talker, but Dylan got blamed for it.
Yeah.
And he got sent out to the hallway because somebody got mouthy when she accused him.
Because I didn't do it.
Hey, the more mouthy you get, the more it seems like you did do it.
And she made me write fucking sentences.
Yes, she did.
You know how fucking stupid that was?
And you weren't even talking. It was me and Brittany was her name, wasn't it?
No, it was Sarah or Frankie.
I'm pretty sure it was Brittany.
Maybe.
Anyway,
we don't know.
That's a tale from our high school days where I would get him in trouble because I talked a lot. I'm sure that you guys haven't figured out that I talk more than Dylan. Like 10 listeners.
Never would have guessed.
I know. So he starts proclaiming that me and my husband are fudge packers and faggots, and telling us that he wanted to shove his fist down our throats and up our asses, which begs the question.
Oddly sexual.
Oddly sexual. Why does he immediately go towards orifices and be like, I want to put my hand up there?
Because that's what straight people do. They put shit up holes and shit.
Well, I mean, gay dudes do too.
I know.
But it was weird. And like all we kept yelling back was like, okay, like you do you. And he even said, what does that mean? I don't know how to explain that to you. Have you never heard the phrase you do you? Like, you just keep on being you, bud. Like,
yeah,
you look like you want to say something. What do you want to say?
No, he's stupid.
I mean, it's not hard.
From Greenfield.
That's true. Well, we don't know if he's from there, but
right.
I'm going to agree with Dylan that he definitely seemed stupid. That's the nicest word that we can use. But I just kept thinking, man, the one time in my life I didn't do this, this is when people are coming at me. Mm-hmm. So we end up leaving. Everybody tells me I need to file a police report and things like that. Because he just kept threatening us and calling us gay slurs.
Yeah, my mom said she was mad at me because I didn't call the cops.
So did my family. But honest to God, because of the type of person that I am, and I'm sure that when I talk about this in therapy tomorrow, I'm going to be told this as well. I just tried to laugh it off the whole time. I'm just let's just move on. Like, it's funny. Like, shit happens and we'll move on. But then everybody is like, oh... Well, it's not funny,
That's because you're damaged.
Exactly.
I know
it's because I'm damaged that I'm just like, if something terrible happens, I'll just laugh it off and we'll just keep on chugging.
Girl,
and everybody.
same.
And I want you to know that I did post it on Facebook, not because I wanted just to be like the pick me girls where I'm like, oh my God.
You should have added the pray for me. I can't give you details.
Oh my God.
Pray
the vague
for
booking.
Me. Yes.
Oh, I can't stand people that do that. But I did it with pure intention because I wanted people that we went to school with to see it so that they could spread the information around. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Pretty sure that they did.
Good.
So shout out to people on Facebook who agree that it was a hate crime and we should have pressed charges, but I did learn that
hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight's 2020. My only regret is that we didn't catch it on camera because this person is like shouting things across the parking lot at us as we're just trying to leave. He just wanted to eat his Chinese food.
Yeah, and my
go
sushi
home.
was not that great.
I just wanted to be fat and go home and relax because it's been, again, 2 years. So I don't let that occupy my time. I don't think about it. I just kind of move on.
Exactly. Because what's the point?
Right. Like,
you took their job, you did better than them, and then you quit.
True. There were just so many things in my head that I was like, I could say this, because I know a lot, but I didn't. I did not say anything about that individual and tried to go about, but whatever, I was attacked for it.
Right.
Hate crimed, and I'm going to keep saying it. I was hate crime because why, if you have a problem with me, why do you have to bring in that I'm a faggot? Why do you have to sit there and start threatening to shove your fist and your foot in my throat and up my ass?
It sounds kinky.
That's not.
You should have asked him if he's into water sports.
I should have asked him if he was into water sports.
Tell him you have a tarp in your car.
I just wanted to leave, Dylan. I didn't want to engage any further. That's why I just kept saying, okay. And then, like, he just kept proclaiming that, like, he has this awesome life and blah, blah. And it's like, good. Go back to it.
Right.
Let me live my life.
Exactly.
Let me make my shitty podcasts and get like 5 people to listen to me.
Just so you can bitch about your day.
Yeah, just so I can bitch about what's going on in the world and in my day. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll be courteous because we went back to this restaurant tonight.
Oh, flash forward. We have an update.
Yeah, update as well, because this happened, again, January 17th, around 6 p.m. at this restaurant. And today...
Is today really the 17th?
Is today the 17th?
No, today is the 23rd.
I'm talking about this. That's when it happened.
Oh, okay.
It was January 17th, around 6 p.m.
Damn, I didn't even remember the day.
Well, I made a note of it in my phone. So, look... If there's one thing my sister taught me, it's make sure that you have like documentation about things that happen. And so I write down the time and days that shit happens, especially
How
something
many
like
times
that.
do you have me written down for hate criming you?
Oh, never. The only other time that I've written down was the one where the police broke into my mother's house. And
I was talking about me hate criming you.
I know, but I'm saying the only time I've written down other than that one was when the police broke into my mother's house and held guns to my head, asking me where my brother's friends were on a no-knock warrant. That's another story. If you want to hear that story, you let me know in the comments, and I'll tell that story as well, which is also why, to this day, I don't really talk to my brother. But... update on the newest hate crime that happened. We went back to said restaurant and ran into the individual that assaulted us. And my husband didn't even recognize him, so that was kind of fun.
I looked up and I saw him and he was touching your shoulder. I was like, oh shit, he's going to pull a Glock out and shoot you. I'm going to be like, I'm going to have no friends.
You know what? I could have seen it. He seemed like the type.
Right.
I didn't know what was going on. I was just sitting, I just sat down and like he put his hand on my shoulder and then proceeds to apologize to me about what happened, saying that that's not who he was.
It was just creepy that he kept touching you.
It is creepy. I don't like people touching me. Don't touch me unless I know you and have like given you permission to touch me.
So that's for you, Anthony. Don't touch him.
Yeah, don't touch me unless I extend the offer for a hug. So my husband could tell that I was very uncomfortable. And he knew that I was about ready to mouth off. So he cut me off because he wants to continue to go to said restaurant and not have problems. And he was like, it's fine. We accept your apology. We're fine.
Just go away.
Just go away. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I just stared at the guy and he was like, well, you don't have to accept it, but I appreciate that you did. And it's like, get away from me. I don't want this type of shit in my life. Like,
and ironically, they sat them right next to us.
Again. Like, talk about freaking is it serendipitous? Like when things just kind of happen?
I just know Karma is a bitch and Karma has your number.
Karma does have my number, but I'll tell you what, after January 17th, around 6 p.m. at that restaurant, Karma has that guy's number too now, which is fine. That's fine. So other than being hate crimed, have we been up to anything fun? No, I haven't. Have you?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
And
I meal prepped Sunday. That was fun.
You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. I know that the penguin is a perfect, Danny DeVito's penguin. That's what they look like. But I know that that's a perfect analogy just due to the fact that they sat there and had their minion chase us out.
Well, yeah.
So that their hands were clean, which that's fine. I expect that of this individual because, again, I know them.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, I didn't say anything terrible. And I still feel like I haven't said terrible things.
No, not really.
I mean, we could really dive into that history, but I won't because I'm a classy lady now.
Girl.
2 years have changed me. I'm an evolved white woman.
You have gotten fatter.
I don't know what to say to that. Anyway, how was your meal prepping, you fucking bitch?
It was good. I actually made a buffalo chicken macaroni and cheese that was really good.
Why do you keep moving your hands like you're on crack?
Maybe I am on crack. I'm not on crack.
Well, if you were, you'd be skinny.
I know. Or skinnier.
I like how one episode we go from calling you a skinny lady or skinny and popular, and now we're like, you're still fat, bitch.
I know.
Anyway, you made your buffalo chicken mac and cheese. How was that? Was it good?
Yeah, really good.
Thanks
I'm
for
going to do it
bringing
again.
me some, jerk. Are you going to bring me some this time?
Maybe if I make it again.
You just said it was on camera. You just said you're going to make it again.
Because it made 10, 11 meals. It turned out really good.
Oh, cool. You ate 10 to 11 meals of this in one sitting?
Fuck
wow.
no.
Wow.
No, they're in my fridge and freezer right now.
Then why don't you bring me one?
Because I need it for me.
I'll give you $1.
No.
With the price of eggs going back up, you're going to need that dollar.
That's why I'm meal prepping again.
It don't matter. The prices are still going up. Hail Trumpism.
But it was easy. I made it in the crock pot.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't really cook.
I know.
Oh my God, I saw a TikTok though that reminded me of me and my husband because.
Oh, can we talk about TikTok for a minute? Because it died.
And then it's back.
Yeah.
We can dive into that in just a second because I want to talk about, there was a TikTok that was me and my husband where it's that saying where it's, ho, the things you've lied about. And it says me when I find out that my husband can cook when I'm not home. It shows one of them cooking and the other guy standing in the window looking in on the phone going, the things you've lied about to me.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, that's me and my husband.
I can see it.
We can talk about TikTok. I do want to talk about my anniversary dinner, though. So let's do TikTok first, and then we'll talk about my anniversary. So what do you want to talk about TikTok for?
No, I thought it was funny that it died, and then it came back like 16 hours later.
And did you see what happened to people, though?
No, what
They
happened?
deleted the app, and now it won't let them re-download it.
That's funny.
So many people can't get back into
But
it.
you know what was funny? The video that popped up for me that shows that TikTok is banned or whatever. In the back of it, it had Hormona Lisa dressed up as Sadness. I just thought it was so ironic.
You should have
I
screenshotted
did.
that.
I sent it to you in the
Did
text
you?
with you and Sue.
Oh, I must have missed it.
You know how ironic that was?
Mine just kept being like some ad. Like as soon as it tried to load it up, it would just be an ad. And I'm like, this is dumb. And then mind you, welcome to the political view of humble narcissists. When it came back, they did this big old message about thanks to Donald Trump. He's the one that banned it. He's the one that got all this to happen. Why are we thanking him now? That's
because
like
he got it back.
that'd be like if I hit you with my car, Dylan, and I paid your medical bills. You'd be like, thanks to me, you're alive. You caused this,
I mean,
asshole.
this in the nicest way. That is exactly what you would do.
To be fair, it would definitely help me get rid of a lot of anger towards you. Just let me run
Just
you over
remember-
just once.
I would total your car. You wouldn't total me. I'm a fucking rock.
Do you remember when we were kids and we would make jokes about like if a train hit you, you'd just be like, oh, like the blob
Yeah,
from
just
X-Men?
bounce off.
I could see that as me as well now. That's how great I feel about my body.
It's okay.
I need
Just eat up.
Shut up, Dylan. I need some of that Aussie pee. One day they'll make it so that fatties can get it easier.
You just have to earn it.
I'm trying, Dylan. You don't understand how hard I'm trying to get the diabetes, but I can't. Do you know how many sweets I eat a day? Do you know how many crumble cookies I eat a week?
Yes.
Exactly. And I still can't get it.
Just
And I'm
offer to cut off
bitter.
your leg. You have to sacrifice something.
I don't want to
And
lose
usually
my leg.
the diabetics, they sacrifice fingers and toes and legs and shit.
Well, usually that's type 2, and I mean, you earn that, Dylan.
Exactly. Well, that's what you're trying to earn.
I am trying to earn it.
So sacrifice a toe.
No, if my mom hasn't had to do it, and she's a type 2 diabetic, before I make this joke, nobody come at me over this. She hasn't lost a foot or anything, and she eats Sundays for dinner. And I would think, again, not wishing this on my mother, out of every diabetic person, she does everything you're not supposed to do, and she still has both feet
That's good.
and all 10 toes. How does that work? How is that fair? And then I can't even get it. She gave me migraines.
I'll help you cut off a toe.
I don't want you to cut off any of my body parts. But she gives me the worst possible migraines that can cause me to stroke out, but she couldn't give me diabetes so I could lose a couple pounds.
You know, if you stroked out, I would laugh at you at first, but then I would feel bad. But not that bad.
I was going to say, you would not feel bad for long. You would laugh and then you'd be like, he kind of like that. And you'd be
Yeah.
like, he had it coming. The song in your head would be that musical song, He Had It Coming.
Karma is a bitch.
Okay, JoJo Siwa, calm down.
Hey, she's the creator of gay pop music.
Oh my God. That's another one that I wish would go away.
Abby didn't eat her.
That's true. That's very true. Whatever happened? I don't hear anything from those little girls anymore, other than JoJo.
It's probably a good thing.
You know what?
They're living their life.
I'm going to allege that Abby Lee did eat them, and now they're gone.
Do you think she cut off one of her legs and gave it to the devil? Because you know she has her little wheelchair now.
She had cancer, Dylan.
Oh, was it cancer?
Yeah,
Oh.
it wasn't the diabetes. You're a bad lady.
Honestly, I thought it was a stroke or something.
We can make fun of diabetes, but we do not make fun of cancer. What is your problem?
You are cancer.
I mean, that is my astrological sign. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we will talk about other things.
shit.
And my anniversary dinner, because I want to talk to you about it, because I wanted to rage at that dinner table. Not at my husband. Before, disclaimer, not at my husband.
Okay.
We are back.
We're back.
And I want to talk about my anniversary because I've been married now for 8 years. Yay.
You want a cookie?
I kind of do. And
You shove it up your ass.
or down my throat. And
Well, that's what made you fat to begin with.
do you think that if I shoved the cookie up my ass, I wouldn't be fat anymore?
I don't know.
Do you think that it'd be like in South Park where they ate up their ass and shit out their mouth?
I don't know.
Will you shove a cookie up your ass and tell
No.
me if it comes out your mouth?
I'm good.
You don't do anything for me. Anyways, I do kind of want a cookie for doing that due to the fact that most of like gay relationships don't last that long. Let's be real. Like they split up a lot. So 8 years, well, we've been together 10, is like a lifetime to the gay community. So I do want a cookie, Dylan. I do.
But that's because you are
Fat.
a leech. And once you latch on to something good, you stay there.
You're a terrible friend.
I'm just saying.
I mean, what you said's not like a lie, but you don't have to say it like that. That's awful. You're a mean.
Well, it's not like you're sucking the blood out of him.
I mean, we're doing
Ultimately, you are. But I was trying to be nice.
Anyways, so we went out for an anniversary dinner. We don't do a big shindig or anything like that. A friend of mine recommended that we try an Italian restaurant in Broad Ripple, so we did. It was called Mama Carola's.
Okay.
And I've never been, so we tried it. It was so good. They had the best tiramisu I've ever had in my life.
Really?
It was delicious. So you should go sometime. It was amazing. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it's something that I can't stand in public. Because like we talked about us getting hate crimed in public. So let's talk about something else I can't stand in public. When you go to dinner and people at the table next to you is so loud, you cannot hear the person you're with.
Like at Texas Roadhouse when the little kid kept jumping over?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Texas Roadhouse and this kid, I would say it was a toddler, just kept jumping over the bench, or what would you say it was a bench? A booth. Jumping
it was
over
a
the
booth.
booth onto Dylan's side and like almost kicked him in the head a few times. And I think that in that moment, that's when you, now I'm not a parent, but that's when you have the child exit the restaurant and you.
Sometimes you just make them exit their life.
We do not advocate for toddler murder on this podcast or any thing of the sort.
You could just cut it out.
I'm not cutting it
Bravo,
out.
bravo.
Bravo. You know what? We need a viral moment, even if it's bad. Whatever gives us a freaking view, Dylan.
Just train your children right.
I agree with that. If you are out in public and you are in a restaurant, keep your kid on your side of the booth. But
I don't know. I was raised right, so.
my mom would have slapped me. That's just
Exactly.
the truth. My mom would have slapped me. But so we're out and it's this table of, we'll just call them a gaggle of like 7, now I will be honest, white women. And
Okay.
they were loud and obnoxious. And you know what? When you see people in this area having to lean forward and put their ear like right in front, like across the table to hear what the person that they're with says.
Yeah. Was it a bachelorette party or something?
I don't know. It was definitely girls' night out. And it's just like, if you see people doing this, have the common decency to be like, wow, we should tone it down. But they didn't. All night, and we left before them. Mind you, we got our food and like we sat down after them. We got our food after them and like sat there and talked for a little bit with Corey, like leaning over the table to try to hear me.
I mean, you do eat fast, though.
I do eat fast. That's probably also why I'm so fat. Because everybody says, you gotta savor it. I don't want to
You
savor
don't see
it.
a plate you can't finish.
Damn right. They don't call it all you can eat for nothing. Anyway, so it was very good food. I just wish it these stupid
Where was it
people.
at? Where in Broad Ripple?
I don't know, Dylan. It wasn't like Broad Ripple.
Not the Strip?
No, it wasn't the Strip. It was a little bit off to the side. But
Okay.
you should look it up. It was really good.
Well, I probably won't go there unless we all go.
We can try to arrange something. That'll
Yeah.
be nice for you. Nice
Cool.
little, let's get you out of that house before
Right.
you die and no one notices.
Exactly. That'd be so nice.
But it was delicious. I just wish that those women would have shut up. I don't think that it's a hard ask that if you see people struggling to hear people at their table, that maybe you need to tone it down.
They probably didn't notice you. You're a gay.
Bitch, I am wearing a cardigan similar to a fox card. No, it wasn't a fox cardigan. I was wearing a cardigan like this, along with my pink hair.
You got a
see
stain
me.
on it.
No, where did I get a stain?
Right there.
No, it'll come
It
out.
looks like soy sauce.
It'll come out. As long as you can't see it on the camera, I'm fine. Anyway,
Sorry, I just had to point out your flaws.
that's okay. I'm nice when I do it. I say, hey, why don't you look at your teeth? So our anniversary dinner was very nice. We'll probably go back. I want to try
Good.
these other Italian places that she recommended. So maybe we'll do that sometime.
You should.
She's breaking it.
She's trying to.
So any fun news stories that you've seen lately, Dylan?
No, I'm just getting ready for this new era of life with the Handmaid's Tale shit going on.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I thought you were about ready to tell me that you had like a partner or something.
No.
And I was going to get really mad if they weren't somebody that I could exploit and make you a part of 90
I know
Day
you
Fiancé.
want me to be you want to get me a 90 day. I get it.
There is a comedy event going on in Indiana for Valentine's Day, and I really wish that I was a popular comic locally so that I could have done it, where it's Date My Friend, where the comic takes their single friend on stage and pitches them to the audience. I would have loved to
my
do that to
God.
you, because that says that you roast your friend and you try to get them a date. I would have had a field day.
I wouldn't have done that. You roast me on the daily. So.
I know, and you wouldn't want to be on stage because your face would just be beet red the whole time.
Yeah.
And it would be hilarious.
I don't do well in public settings.
But I digress. I do want you to have a 90 Day Fiancé, because then I can be on 90 Day Fiancé as
Find
the
me
friend of.
one.
I've offered to go on dating apps and pretend to be you, but Corey feels like that's a bad idea.
Well, yeah, because they would be sold a bill of good. Like, it would not be.
You?
Yes.
Could you imagine? I find you someone and
And
they
that'd
come
be the
here.
last thing I want. They're like, oh, you're different.
Well, I would use your photos, Dylan.
I understand
You're
that.
talking personality.
Yes.
They're like, why does it feel like I feel so connected to your friend Stephen?
God.
And you'd be like, this is my worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. And I'd be like, hey, we can't hang out anymore because Corey doesn't like it. He feels like you and I have this connection. It's crazy, right? Because it's like I don't know you, but I do.
Oh my God.
You need to be with Dylan.
Yeah, no.
I just want to. So I have a dream of being on 90 Day Fiancé as the friend of the American who sits there and like they get the foreign fiance, they get married, and I'm the friend who's like, this is all the foreign person's fault. There's nothing wrong with my friend, because they always have one asshole like that, always. And I want to be that asshole just for TV. Because, like, let's be honest, behind closed doors, I'd be telling this jackass that it's all his fault.
Well, yeah, because that's what I do to you all the time.
Exactly. I'd be like, well, I mean, they have a point, Dylan. You have no personality.
I know it's cardboard. I get this.
You're worse than Pearl from Drag Race. No personality. Yes, you have something on your
I was
face.
getting ready to say, there's something on my face.
See? I knew what you were thinking. I knew it.
Oh, God.
Did you see that, speaking of the news, did you see that Ariana Grande, like, made fun of Carrie Underwood's performance at the inauguration?
Yes.
Because she liked that thing where it said, Kamala Harris looking at Carrie Underwood like, find the note, find the note. And Ariana Grande liked it. I didn't watch any of it because I decided to protect my sanity as a homosexual and not watch that stuff. But, I mean, shit's going down. That's definitely... And not in the good way. Because when I say that, I know that he promised grocery prices to go down, but apparently they're going up like 37%. or 37 cents on eggs.
You got to get your crimson robe out.
I'm just going to be hanging out, Dylan. That's all we're going to do. We're going to be hanging out. And again, what they're going to do is to get rid of the gays. They're going to be like, we're taking you to summer camp. And you know who's performing for free for all of you gays? Cher, Bette Midler, Lady Gaga, and headlining Madonna. And we will all be on that train and it'll be too late. Just a fact.
And RuPaul will be there.
Ooh, Mother Rue, I'll be there too. You know, like some crazy shit's about to go down, especially because what's his face? First Lady Elania Musk was sitting there doing the Nazi salute twice, and now the news is like trying to gaslight us into saying, no, he's just kooky. He didn't know that was the Nazi salute. And it's like, everybody knows what the Nazi salute looks like. Everybody. Like, I know, is this making you uncomfortable? You look uncomfortable.
It's just my face.
Well, I'm making sure that I'm not making you talk about things that you don't want to talk about.
No, it's whatever.
Okay. It's whatever.
It's my face. I can't help my face.
I know. We've had this discussion numerous times on the podcast.
Leave me alone.
I can't help it that I'm deformed.
Yes. I love saying that too.
Just remember, when all hell breaks loose and people are trying to cancel us, we're going to be like, we donated $10,000 to the Cleft Lip organization because we care. Could you imagine? It'd be like when you were...
That's the only thing I can say.
It'd be just like when you had like your Boy Scout like honorary thing when
my Eagle Scout.
Yeah, when we would like you were up there trying not to laugh because we were like making faces and stuff. Yeah. That would be us if we had to donate to a foundation to save our careers. We'd be like, I love this. Because my favorite line ever when it comes to charity, again, I'm not a good person and I've come to terms with that, whatever, but is Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob when it cuts out and it like shows him in his office and he goes, donate to the children's fund. Why? What have the children ever done for me? That's how I feel.
Right.
Like, I don't really round up because I don't know where that money's going, but I digress. So, are you scared, Dylan?
Of what?
Dying.
It's gonna happen eventually.
What's the meaning of life, Dylan?
Is there even a meaning?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm just waiting for society to collapse on itself and we go into an apocalypse. If it's a zombie apocalypse, I know I'm already going to be dead because I'm a fatty.
I would survive like that girl in Zombieland 2 and just live in the freezer.
If it was an apocalypse like where all electricity went out, you would die first because you need your electricity.
Either I would die first or I would probably become a killer out of rage.
I mean, I'm just ready for society to collapse.
It's not very funny, Dylan. Why don't you make a joke? Make a joke like, my vagina.
I don't have a vagina.
Well, that's not what your mother says.
Whoa. Remember, there's only 2 sexual orientations now.
So
it was signed.
Why is that the big concern of people? Like, who cares?
Right, just let people be people.
We talked about this last week on our freaking bathroom rant that we did. Like, who cares, man? So much more shit going on. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with the final thoughts for the week.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Before we do our final thoughts, I want to give a shout out to my friend Cabbage because she told me that I should wear my cute little doggy cardigan, so I made sure to wear it today.
I thought it was hamsters for some reason.
It's dogs.
Like the orange one kind of looks like Hamtaro.
Someone today told me that it looked like cats. And I go, this isn't cats. They're dogs. And they're like, no, the one on the back looks like a cat. And I go, it's a dog.
Like that one right there looks like Hamtaro, the one on your boob.
Why don't we say pecs so I feel more manly?
They're floppy.
Well, yeah, like a boob.
I can't tell you your orangutan titties are pecs.
Well, one day, if I ever get my hands on that old Aussie P, maybe they will be. Anyways, welcome to Final Thoughts.
Whoa. What was that?
I don't know. I was trying to change the subject. I didn't want to talk about my orangutan titties anymore. Okay. It made me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
You're making me uncomfortable, Dylan. Anyways, what are you going to do for the rest of the week?
I'm off this weekend.
So nothing?
Absolutely. I'm going to read probably.
Maybe.
Do you want to hang out?
We could hang out.
Okay.
You know what? Instead of doing dating apps for you, I'm going to, because you know that there are some crazy mothers out there that do this thing where they try to like start play dates for their college kids.
Oh, God.
Where they're like, will someone please hang out with my child? He's alone at college. I'm going to find those apps.
Please don't do like Craigslist.
And try to get you friends. And I'm going to be like, I was trying to get Dylan friends, but for some reason, every play date I make him, they try to fuck him. Like, this is not what I wanted.
We don't need to go back to Craigslist. That's just creepy. I'm going to show up to a dark room.
But you might get
with
friends
a hole,
that way.
and then something's just going to pop out of that hole.
Surprise!
God damn.
I like my joke better. We're just trying to set up play dates. Why does everybody try to fuck my friend?
I mean, that would work.
That being said, I'm not doing anything this weekend other than I guess now we're hanging out. So I hope...
Unless you're going to hang out with the other people.
No, I don't think so, because Corey works this weekend.
Okay.
So I have therapy tomorrow, so we'll see if I'm still as damaged. Yay!
If you move from horizontal to vertical cuts.
Hopefully, neither.
This
What
is
a
for
great-
the attention.
What a great way to end this podcast. Please like, follow, subscribe. We are Humble Narcissists with an S at YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Patreon. Just anywhere to listen to us. Give us a thumbs up if you like us. Give us a thumbs up if you hate us. Let us
Tell
know.
us what you think.
Tell us what we should change. Nobody's telling us that either. So it would be nice to know what you like, what you hate. If you need to kick me off the podcast and get someone else, that's fine too.
And good news is there isn't a character limit. You can let everything out.
Yeah. You could also call us fudge packers and you want to shove your fist down our throats and stuff. That's fine.
You know what? I really do like those fudge sickles. Like you can get at the store.
Back in the day, like the pour ice,
Yes,
like
they were
popsicles.
so good.
I remember those. I like the
I get them
vanilla
at
ones.
Costco because they have this like zero sugar one that's really good.
Do you remember? Okay, so the other pour popsicle that I really liked was the like,
push-ups?
Yes.
Yes, I remember
I like how you
those.
signified it. You're like,
The
the
push-ups."
push-ups?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next week.
You have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye.